Hello everyone, and let's begin our practice. So let's begin it in our first tabletop. Make sure hips are hip distance apart. Knees are aligned with hips. Wrists are underneath shoulders. Take an inhale, arching the back. And exhale, rounding chin to chest. And inhale. And exhale. And then eventually, you can move on your own, just finding what feels good in the body. You can move from side to side. You can do little circles. So just have fun with it. Now coming back to stillness. Now we're going to tuck in our back toes. Building up strength here in the core, and we're not here for too long. So breathing in and breathing out, and eventually coming to our first downward facing dog. And you can keep a slight bend in the knees if you need to, and just walk it out, bending each knee. Waking up the legs and going into stillness. And we're going to do wave-like movements here. So you ready? Inhale, coming to a plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Now extending your right leg up to the sky, bending a knee, and exhale, stepping to the front of your mat for a low lunge. And inhale, reaching arms overhead. And then exhale, coming to our half splits, flexing the front foot. And just find a little flow here. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Moving our foot a little further to front of the mat. Flexing a foot. And just coming to our deeper stretch in half splits. Resting your forehead on the knee. Breathing in and breathing out. Just taking a few more deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale, coming back to low lunge, tugging your back toes. And reaching arms overhead, making your way to Warrior 1. So inhale, and exhale, Warrior 2, facing towards the left side of our mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then exhale, extended side lunge. Then inhale, reverse triangle. Pose. And exhale, coming to our triangle pose. And using yoga block here is very helpful if you need to, or any heavy books, whatever you find in your house. Do what you can. And eventually making our way to our half moon pose. Make sure hips are stacked towards each other. Shifting your gaze to the ground. So inhale. And exhale, going right back down to our warrior one. Inhale. And exhale, coming back to plank and taking our first Chaturanga Tadasana. So an inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And we're going to do that again on the left side now. We're repeating those wave-like movements. So take an inhale, coming to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now extending your left leg towards up the sky. Inhale, bending your knee, and exhale, stepping to front of your mat for a low lunge. Make sure hips are squared. Reach your arms overhead. Inhale, and exhale, half splits. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now coming for a deeper stretch in half splits. Resting your forehead on your knee, flexing your front foot. Just take a moment here. It's coming back to your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Take one more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Going back to a low lunge. Tuck your toes. And reach your arms overhead for warrior one. And make sure back foot is slightly turns toward the right. And then exhale, coming to our warrior two. So inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, extended side lunge, resting your forearm on your thigh. Reaching towards the front. And inhale, reverse triangle. And exhale, coming into our triangle pose. And again, using yoga block here or any stabilizing surface is really helpful. This is too much for you. Any modifications if you need to, please do so. And now coming to our half moon pose, stacking hips over each other. Shifting your gaze to the ground, building up balance here and strength in the leg. And now coming back to our warrior one. Inhale. And exhale, coming back to plank and Chaturanga Tadasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tucking back toes. And exhale, downward facing dog. And you can walk it out if you need to. Just bringing back movement in the legs after all those energetic movements. And take a few deep breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. And when you're ready, coming to our plank. And moving onto our right side for side plank, reaching arm overhead. Now building strength in the shoulders and the arms. And eventually make your way to Wild Thing. placing your left leg, behind you into your wild thing. Do a gentle heart opener here. Now coming back to plank. And make your way for a fallen triangle pose. And doing a little flow here is take an inhale and exhale, coming back down. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to stillness. Then bringing it back to plank. And coming back to downward facing dog. Now I'm going to do that on the other side. Take a moment to catch your breath, and when you're ready, coming to plank and moving onto your left side or side plank. And again, shifting your gaze to mat. And eventually making your way to wild thing. Opening the hearts. Building up strength here. Coming back to plank. To our fallen triangle. Eventually making your way for a little flow here. So inhale, coming back down. And exhale, lifting the hips up. So inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Bring your hand back down to plank. And coming into downward facing dog. And take a moment here to catch your breath. Noticing any sensations in your body. And inhale, extending your right leg up towards the sky, bending the knee, stacking the hips towards each other. And exhale, coming into our pigeon pose. Make sure your right knee is towards your right thumb. And take an inhale, doing a gentle back bend here. And exhale, coming back down. Resting your forehead onto the mat. Finding a deeper stretch here in the hips. So inhale and exhale. Basically slowing down our heart rate after all those energetic movements. Noticing how you're feeling. And take an inhale, bring your left leg or to the front and coming to our Firelock Pose. Flexing your left foot and coming down to our Firelock Pose variation for a bend. And again, just finding a deeper stretch here in the legs. And the hips. Inhaling and exhaling. Take a few more deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Let's come back right up to seated. And bring your knee close to our chest and doing a gentle twist, looking over our left shoulder. And this is a good stretch for our spine. Now let's come back to our pigeon and coming back to plank and eventually making your way to downward facing dog. And doing that on the other side now. So you're ready, extending your left leg up to the sky, bending your knee, and just gently stacking your left hip over your right hip. Flexing the foot, and slowly making your way to our half pigeon pose. And making sure our back leg is slightly towards in the middle. You can take a back bend here if you need to. And then eventually making our way down to the mat, resting your forehead onto the ground. Feel a nice, gentle, deep stretch in the hips and the leg. So inhale and exhale. Now taking one more inhale and exhale, coming up, and now swinging your right leg towards our seated Firelock Pose. Flexing the right foot. Make sure knees are stacked towards each other. Hips are squared. And again, resting your forehead towards the mat. And again, making a deeper stretch for our forward bend. Firelock Pose. Bring your focus back to the breath. Noticing any sensations in your body. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale, coming back to seated. And bringing your knee towards our chest and doing a gentle twist towards the spine and looking over our right shoulder now. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Move slightly backward towards the mat, making your way to our seated forward fold. So inhale, reach your arms overhead, and exhale, coming to our forward fold, seated bend pose. And you can keep a slight bend in the knees if you need to. You can also use a little yoga strap or any scarf to feel a deeper stretch here. And if you're more flexible than me, then you can eventually extend your legs. Now coming to our back of the mat. And taking gentle windshield wipers. Doing little circles, doing the left side. And then reverse the circles. Now placing our right leg back towards the mat and crossing our left leg on to our right leg, sorry about that, for our pigeon pose. And deeper stretch here. To inhale and exhale, coming to our supine spinal twist, looking over our left shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Now coming back to center. Now we're going to do that on the other side for a pigeon pose. Now crossing our right leg towards our left. Grabbing the back of the knee or the thigh, wherever feels good for you. So inhale and exhale, coming to our supine spinal twist. Gazing over our right shoulder now. Noticing how your body feels. Bring your awareness to the breath. Noticing any sensations. Inhaling and exhaling, coming back to center. And coming into our happy baby. Grabbing the edges of the foots, feet, or you can grab the toes if you need to. And just do a gentle rock side to side. And then coming back to stillness. And just gently bring your feet towards the mat, extending each leg, feet towards the corner of the mat. Palms are open. And making to our last pose of the class of our Shavasana. Relaxing everything, your feet, legs, arms, hands, your back, your head, and everything. Inhaling and exhaling. Just melt your heart onto the mat. Inhale and exhale. Surrendering to your mat. And you can stay here as long as you like. And if you're ready, you can reach your arms overhead. And then turning towards our right side. And slowly making your way to seated, to the middle of your mat. Still keeping your eyes closed here. Stay up nice and tall, lengthening the spine. And when you're ready, reach your arms all overhead. Inhale. And exhale, bring your palms to the third eye. And then towards the heart. And bowing down and thanking yourself for showing up to your mat. So thank you so much for practicing with me.